Mr. Big Dog went in. He's still traumatized. I think he saw a bee. After we got swarmed by a nest last year or the year before. Let's see what happens. Anything here? Anything gonna jump? So I stuck this in there, this big old bucket. It's got leaves and a way in and a way out. There's a way in there. And then all this grew around it. I think it looks great. I think it looks really good. You know that frogs and stuff are coming in there. I saw a bunch of little frogs. Hey, Toby, no, don't go over there. There's a bee's nest. And there's some tarp that was laying here. Let's see how the bees are doing. And it seems like there was a pile of branches here. I started pulling the branches out to bring them into the compost back there. And then a bunch of bees came out. Now it's settled. That's what I think is going to happen. If I have loosened it or exposed the nest by tonight, surprisingly, it takes one night usually for a nest, once it's been exposed or opened, to die out. I don't see any bees there. I don't see any bees, so why don't we take a stick and poke it a little. Let's see. Yep, there they go. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Trying to find where the hole is. So, I think it's in there. Yep. There it is. Okay, there we go. Now it's exposed. Oh, baby. What have I done? Okay, see now, by tomorrow morning, okay, so there's a queen or whatever. There's a big bee I saw in there. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. See, I don't like to do that, but the problem is I'm not going to be walking around or having kids playing or whatever. Somebody walks past there and then starts getting attacked by bees. They want to go to the woods. If they want to go someplace where I'm not going to bump them, fine. Once I was at a yard all summer long, going by these bushes, brushing it with my shoulder, all of a sudden they swarmed out. And there was a nest the size of a basketball. It didn't get that way overnight. But I'd been walking by it, and this particular day, I must have bumped it enough, and they came out, they bit me on the lip, on the eyebrow, all over. So we can't have that. You know, nature's great, but I won't have a bee's nest in my living room. Just not a good plan. Today is the feast of St. John the Baptist, and the nativity of, let's see what we got here. I think this is Coreopsis. I think. These are, is it Rudbeckia? No. They're daisies. No. There's a word for it, the Latin word. And then these are all black-eyed Susans that are not here yet. There. No, that's where it stops. So this is going to be filled with yellow and black flowers soon. Rudbeckia? No. Those are daisies. That's the word I'm looking for. That's not the word. Anyway. Today's the feast of St. John, the nativity of St. John the Baptist. Let's remember why he came. To tell us who was coming. And Jesus arrives. He performs miracles, speaks with the authority of God, is arrested, suffers, crucified, and raises from the dead. And that changes everything. That changes everything. And so here we're left. And then he comes back and he says, stay in the room. The Holy Spirit will come to guide you. He says this to his apostles. He doesn't say it to the crowds. He doesn't say it to anyone except for his 12. And his mother, I think, was there too. So Jesus leaves Peter in charge of a group and tells them that the Holy Spirit will guide them. And the Holy Spirit will guide them, and he leaves a church, and that church can be found today. So let's remember that Jesus started his church, founded on the rock, on Peter, and that had been known for 1,500 years until Martin Luther opened his yap. Let's see what's going on over here. Pretty calm. That was a good idea to put those lily pads, I guess you call them, in there. And that piece of wood will allow the frogs to get in there. They can sit, swim, sit on the plants, but still get out, because I think frogs can't stay in the water forever. So let's ask the Holy Spirit to come. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful, fill the hearts of this nation. Help us to make the right decisions when it comes to charity and morality. And come, Holy Spirit, guide us into the truths. Truth, not what we want it to be, but what it is.